Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you're doing really well today. You might remember last week we were thinking about Naaman's servant girl, whom we called Miriam. She was in the Old Testament part of the Bible, and this morning we're thinking of another person who followed the Lord, and he was also in the Old Testament part of the Bible, and he was a person who most of the time told people who he really was and how he really felt. Hi, I'm back again. I wonder, do you recognise me? I've just been talking to you a moment ago. Maybe sometimes you've been like me and you've dressed up. You've put on a costume or a disguise or an outfit when you were going to a fancy dress party, or you wanted to hide who you were from somebody else. You wanted to pretend you were not who you really are. Well, let me take all this stuff off now. So that's probably better. I'd say you recognise me now. We're going to look at our Bible character who, at one stage, somebody wanted him to wear a disguise to hide who he really was, and he didn't. So let's get into our story now. Our story today is about a teenager called David, and he had a number of brothers who were in a battle against the Philistines. And one day David went to the battle to bring his brothers some food and realised that they were all frightened of the giant Goliath, who was the main warrior of the Philistines. So David offered to fight Goliath, and King Saul, who was in charge of the army, offered David his armour. So David tried it on, and he realised, this isn't me. I'm not going to hide who I really am. I'm not going to hide in Saul's armour. I won't pretend. I'm going to be me. So he gave King Saul back his armour. Then David went out to fight Goliath with his sling and stones, and threw a stone at the giant, and it killed Goliath. So the army of Israel had a big victory over the Philistines. You see, David didn't hide who he was from Goliath. David didn't pretend he was someone else. Do you know, in the Bible, David was the one who wrote lots of the Psalms. And in those Psalms, when he spoke with God and sang to God, he didn't hide how he felt. If he was sad or angry or confused or happy, David just told God how he felt. Just like David didn't pretend to be someone else when he faced Goliath, David didn't hide how he felt from God. He told God exactly how he was feeling. Jesus, just like David, was honest when he spoke to God the Father and when he spoke to his disciples. He told them exactly how he was feeling. Sometimes Jesus was sad, like when his friend Lazarus died. Other times he was very worried, just like in the Garden of Gethsemane, before people came to arrest him and then crucify him. So for you, it's okay to tell Jesus exactly how you are feeling, and also remember to tell your mum and dad how you're feeling too.